What's up? What's happening, folks? Welcome back to the channel Sports, Life, and Politics TV. And today, I'm going to be going over this character known as Charleston White. Now, I think I've kind of skimmed over him before in another video or two, but I'm going to go over this video right here because it's becoming apparently obvious that Charleston White is a comical genius and a YouTube social media savant. And when I use those words, I don't use words lightly. I'm one of those people, when I don't understand a word, I'll look it up in the Webster's dictionary, and then I also look up the etymology of the word, where it originated from and what it meant maybe in the 1600s. So I want to know the full scope. So when I say he's a comedian genius and a social media savant, I don't use them words lightly. This is a man who can get up on a Monday morning and put on a full 2-hour comedy show that'll have your gut busted, and at the same time you done learned something and found out that this motherfucker is a little more. Some people say he's an industry plant, that he's been sent by the government. Maybe so, maybe not. But one thing he does have a gift that he knows the Negro better than anybody on the internet. Now, is he perfect? Absolutely not. Should you hold any man on a pedestal? No. You shouldn't be a man worshiper. This nigga is just as flawed as anybody else. But that doesn't take away from his gifts. And his gifts of being able to take what people normally think and then give you a different perspective and understanding is astounding. But he tend to attack rappers, and rappers tend to try to attack him back, and they fail miserably every time because the foundation that they've built their career on, the foundation that they've built their standards on, is really not. It's like a glass house. It's like made of straw. It's weak. When you make rap music and all you do is talk about killing, fucking bitches, and destroying the black community in every way, shape, and form, and then you come out and try to be Malcolm X, people are gonna hold you to that standard of what you've put out, because most of T.I. career, Boosie career, all these rappers that you can name, they've preached death and destruction in the black community. And Charleston White is one of these people who's literally ripping these people to shreds. And he's doing it in the most entertaining fashion, because usually these rappers, they can just bully people. They can threaten people. They can cancel people. They can catch you somewhere and beat you up. But this man said he's got the FBI with him, the police with him. And what's becoming apparently obvious, that these rappers are terrified of jail. So every time you hear a rapper, they say, he the police. I remember coming up, niggas wasn't scared of jail. They were not scared to go to jail. But obviously this newer generation, there's a lot more money for these guys. They live a lot better lives. They snort cocaine off women's spinal cords. They dipping shrimp in their belly button and cocktail sauce. I mean, these guys are living some glorious lives. So none of these guys are trying to go to jail. They just talking tough. And Charleston White knows that. So let's take a listen to some of the things he has to say. Fair use, fair use. I'm only using these videos for educational purposes only. Fair use, fair use.
The great Russell Simmons. Yeah. The great Russell Simmons, who's been accused of sexual predatory behavior by the Me Too. By the Me Too movement. He had to leave the country. Yeah. So they don't charge him with all this sexual act.
Now he's talking about Russell Simmons. Russell Simmons of Def Jam Records, somebody who helped discover and promote and put out Ron DMC and just so many other rappers. And we all remember him having sex with that 15-year-old Kimora Lee Simmons. Yeah, he was a pervert and a pedophile, but yet these people can come back out because they're part of the industry and try to criticize somebody or try to preach to somebody. You can't do that when you were a pedophile, and probably still a pedophile because he didn't move to Thailand or some shit.
He married Kimora Lee when she was a baby. He started fucking on Kimora when she was like 15, 16 years old. He talking about counseling me. All these pedophile industry, down low men want to counsel. Right. Yeah. T.I. used to go to the masquerade party. I'm sorry. Everybody know what the masquerade parties is in the industry, huh? We can see that from their sexual habits with this shit that they came out recently. And they had that type of guy. He had over 12.
And T.I. have gotten so many different allegations of him being sexually inappropriate with women, doing all type of different things, and they Charleston White told the nigga, he told the nigga, T.I., I can't believe you sticking your 9.5-inch foot in women's pussies. Feet don't go in pussies. I said, this nigga here is out of control. It's like if you mention his name, what he does, let me tell you what he does, y'all. He'll bait you, like he'll say something that's pretty benign, something that's not really that bad. Like he might say you ugly, or your kid is ugly, such and such, such and such. It'd be something light. It'd be like basically a little bit of scorn, some bagging. You know what I mean? Some joshing, some back and forth. Nothing major. And as soon as your ass respond back, he'll release the hounds. As soon as you respond back, he'll unload the whole motherfucking magazine. Because he knows that's what he wanted to do in the first place. But he knows he couldn't just come out and do that for no reason. Oh, he's a little weasel now. Don't get me. That's why I say no man is perfect. He's a weasel, but he's just a slick-haired weasel. And like I said, he's a comical genius and a social media savant.
I know a dozen girls accused him and his wife of rape, drugging and raping him. I ain't never been accused of nothing, so you can't counsel no nigga like me. You goddamn me, great Russell Simmons. Goddamn, yeah.
They were say.
Say, man, I'm talking about, get your bitch ass in that rain, Boosie. You doing all that talking, nigga. I bring that hoe out of you. I'm gonna free Keisha. I'm gonna release that hoe out you niggas. I see what's wrong with you. We got to bring back that motherfucking anonymous group where I can get you niggas back in this counseling session where we can help you niggas release that hoe up out of you. You niggas need an outlet to get that bitch out. I heard that hoe knocking, T.I. Go on, release her. Go on, release her, T.I. I heard her knocking. I heard that bitch knocking.
And you see how he talked to these rappers? These rappers, he didn't base. This is what we saying with what this nigga's doing. Will he live for another year? I don't know. I think most people rooting for him to live for another year. I am. But if he does, these niggas is finished, y'all. If this nigga lives a whole nother year and he's doing this shit next summer, these niggas are finished. Because you can't put up this big tough rap guy persona and this nigga's calling you hoes and say, I'm gonna bring the hoe up out of you. And then you saying he got these niggas terrified to mention his name. The toughest rap niggas in the world won't even say his name. That's how scared they are of him. They say it's just the police. That's part of it. But it's also, he actually just demolishes motherfuckers and dismantles them when they begin to speak and say things that don't make no sense. Yeah, he catches that shit immediately and he takes that shit, transforms that shit like Starscream. Yeah, motherfucker, all of a sudden he was a walking man and then all of a sudden he didn't turn that bitch into a flying jet and that bitch is moving too fast for you to catch.
Let that hoe out, Tip. Let her out. Let her go. It ain't fair. It ain't fair for you to hold her back and she want to be free. Just let her go, Tip. Let her out. I heard that hoe trying to get out of you, nigga. I'm gonna help you release her. Same with Boosie. I'm gonna bring him out of. I'm gonna get that hoe out of you, Boosie. Nigga, you been hiding behind them lyrics. Boosie bad. Boosie, yeah, I got them nigga looking like some weak ass hoes too, boy. I done destroyed the whole rap image. Rappers is hoe ass niggas from this point on. I wouldn't give a fuck who it is.
You see what I mean? And he right. Look, a lot of these rappers are tough because of the people they hang with. Man to man, yeah, you might have an occasional nigga here or there that actually, you know, might can hold his own as a man. But most rappers, it's the entourage. If you took Lil Durk one-on-one in the room, Lil Durk, these niggas be 5'9", man, 145 pounds, soaking wet. They can't take the average nigga. They actually smaller than the average nigga. These niggas ain't that tough, y'all. Me and my partner used to go on vacation all the time, and we used to go spring breaks. We used to go to Miami and all this shit in the early mid-2000s, and we used to see them niggas, and them niggas is some hoes. Most of them niggas is hoes. And I'm not just saying that because, Charles, well, I've seen these niggas in person coming up. And most of these niggas are surrounded by a bunch of tough niggas. The niggas surround them as tough niggas, but that nigga that's in the middle, oh, he's soft as butter.
Say, you hear a nigga out here rapper, he's automatically put in a whole ass nigga category. Only one get an exception is Lil Baby. Lil Baby, the only rapper that he's exempt from this. The rest of you rapping that. You know why he said Lil Baby is exempt from this? Because if you ever listen to Lil Baby, this is a wise young man. Lil Baby says he stays away from the beef. He stays away from the bullshit. He does not do all his music is not just about destruction and destroying. He actually get on TV and give people, young black people, good game. I've listened to Lil Baby. And Lil Baby, when you hear him speak, you can tell this nigga got a liquor, he got some intelligence about him. And it's not just about death and destruction. Now, he ain't perfect. No man is perfect, y'all. Should never put no man on a pedestal and start worshiping him. That go for Charleston White, Lil Baby, Chris Brown, Jamie Foxx, I don't give a damn who it is. But none of these people should be worshiped. None of these people are perfect. None of them. Ass nigga is automatically put in a whole ass nigga category. Yeah, you nigga got to go spin. You nigga got to do something. We sick of you niggas just talking. You nigga got to do something. You nigga got to go out to the mall by yourself without your crew and start a fight. You got to do something. We tired of you niggas. We tired of your crews going to jail. We want you niggas to do something. Oh yeah, Gates. Yeah, Gates is another example. Yeah, Gates is an exemption. We tired of you rappers talking about what you.
And he's talking about Kevin Gates. He said Kevin Gates is exempt too. He ain't gonna fuck with Kevin Gates, and he ain't fucking with Lil Baby. Kevin Gates is a solid nigga too. You can tell Kevin Gates one of the people on a spiritual journey trying to find out, who he is, what he is. He has stopped drinking, stopped smoking. That's always admirable. I stopped smoking weed. I ain't smoked weed in over 2 months, and it's been like a spiritual journey. I ain't gonna bullshit you. When you've been smoking weed for 20 plus years, that takes a lot of gumption to quit that shit, y'all. So for Kevin Gates, shout out to Kevin Gates, and shout out to any of y'all who thinking about quitting smoking weed. Seriously, the black man need to put that shit out. Yeah, it clears up your mind, get your mind right. I ain't saying you even if you didn't quit for life, just cut that shit out for a while. Clean your body up, clean your mind up. You don't need weed. People say, yeah, I'm just trying to get my mind right. Or maybe, nigga, you getting your mind wrong. Yeah. Let your lungs heal. Because you go to that doctor at motherfucking me 42, 43, 44, and that motherfucker start giving your ass bad news, you wish you had cut that shit out for a while. Gave yourself a chance to heal.
Used to do it. Show us. Yeah, show us how bad you niggas is. I don't think you niggas bad no more. That's why I'm disrespecting you niggas. Your homeboy is bad. Yeah, you rapping niggas ain't bad. We used to think you niggas was tough. We used to think you niggas was some hellified ass nigga. We thought you niggas was some.
Let me say this. Shout out to my nigga JB, Jamal Brown, Hooligan TV, one of the realest channels on YouTube. Nigga give good game. He got this nigga type of game. Only thing is he would never be this disrespectful. Not to public niggas, but he got good game, man. So if you get a chance, check out Hooligan TV. That's my nigga JB. Shout out to JB.
Real nigga? No, I got. Let me check him. Yeah. Let me go to my email. Yeah, nah, man. And now, shout out to my man DJ Academic. Shout out to my man DJ Academic. Who would ever thought, Jay, that these rappers would be so in their feelings? He calling everybody. T.I. is really calling people because I kicked his ass online. That nigga called DJ Academic.
Yeah, I did say T.I. When I made the other video about T.I. That nigga looks so weak. His little badass son is out of control. He was at that Waffle House cussing people out. T.I. got online and said all them people at the Waffle House is beneath his son after his son was in there disrespecting them workers. Look, man, in my whole life, I ain't never disrespected no fast food worker, ever. Them people got more motherfucking courage, gumption, and motherfucking me pride than anybody. Do you know what it take to put on a motherfucking Taco Bell hat to feed yourself and feed your family? Yeah, shout out to all the people who working at the fast food. That takes a lot because some people, they don't have nothing else. They just doing the best they can do to get by. I never disrespect a worker. Now, if a motherfucker's just rude and just, that's another thing. But when you the rude person, yeah, you know how people just mistreat people because they feel like they beneath them because they had a fast food? I ain't never been like that. And I don't appreciate motherfuckers like that. And if you raise your kids to be like that and you co-sign that shit, you's a bitch ass nigga. T.I. was a bitch ass nigga for co-signing his son disrespecting them workers at the Waffle House.
They say, man, y'all need to quit posting, Charleston. And guess what these people told him? Fuck for sure. He called the mayor. He called the former mayor of Atlanta. Guess what they told him? He called the Fulton County Prosecutor's Office. Guess what they told him? He called somebody else in Atlanta. Guess what they told him? That's what made him come online and said, I did this, and ain't nobody supporting me. That's what made him start crying because everybody told him. So he went over here to a small amount of people. It's a small amount of people. They trying to create a narrative that I'm getting backlash. I'm not getting no backlash.
Not at all.
So this same video of me talking about raping somebody, this video surfaces every 90 days. This one video surfaces every 90 days. Oh, he a rapist. Well, where the rape victim at?
Right.
Where's the rape victim? T.I. has rape victims. Tupac has rape victims. Kobe Bryant has rape victims. Yeah, they got rape victims. Russell Simmons has rape victims. Foxy Brown came out and said that Jay-Z was fucking her with a horse dick.
This nigga's out of control. That nigga said, Foxy Brown said Jay-Z was fucking up with a harsh dick. This nigga. That's nuts. Let me hear it one more time, y'all.
Foxy Brown came out and said that Jay-Z was fucking her with a horse dick. And she was 15 years old.
And let me say this. He 100% correct. Look, in them 90s, I would say that even the 90s, 60s, 70s, 80s, that grown men having sex with underage girls was running rampant. It's a lot of niggas wouldn't even be here. It's a lot of niggas wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for underage fucking. Let's just keep it 100.
Foxy Brown, it is wrote in the Source magazine, if I remember correctly.
Maybe even me.
Foxy Brown said Jay-Z was fucking her with a horse dick, a big old horse dick when she was 15 years old. A lot of them guys was fucking on Aaliyah. A whole bunch of them guys was fucking on Aaliyah when she was underage.
Yep.
Yeah. She was young. She was real young. She was passed around.
And that was her, y'all might not believe this, but her parents was facilitating her being passed around the industry.
Mm-hmm. So now all of a sudden we got a man in Charleston. Man, you niggas been doing some horrible shit for 30, 40 years in the name of rapping.
Absolutely.
Y'all have been destroying our communities. Y'all been hurting our mothers. Y'all been fucking our sisters in their throats till they gag.
And enriching themselves. Right?
And enriching themselves. Do you see how they do a black woman that get her head and
Now you better get off his high horse because he didn't have some black women doing that too. He ought to be ashamed.
Champagne all in the nose and the mouth. They don't do white women like that. They don't take the white woman and do it like that. They don't make now songs talking about fucking the white bitch, beat the white bitch, pussy too. They don't make no song about rape a white bitch, kill a white baby, shoot a white man. They won't make no lyrics like that, but they'll shoot a nigga, fuck a bitch and fuck a sister, make two sisters commit incest. Future got a whole song about two real sisters. He's making have incest. Make two sisters eat their own pussy. Eat each other's pussy. This is what the rappers are saying.
And by the way, you know, even though for most men that sounds sexy and attractive, but once you let them homosexual demons in, you can't tell a demon how to dance. Once you let the demon in the house, you can't tell the demon how to dance, who to dance with, and where to dance at.
The rappers are saying, I'm gonna go get your daughters and they sisters, and I'm gonna make them commit incest in the name of rapping, sucking my rapping dick. This is what the rappers are saying to our people.
It's sucking my rapping dick.
Now, all of a sudden, they got a high horse that they sit on and say, man, Charleston is a detriment to them. So all I'm saying is, where are the victims? Where are Charleston white victims? T.I. has victims. Boosie has victims. Charleston don't have no victims.
Yeah.
We need to identify Charleston victims because Charleston a lying motherfucker. Charleston say he killed the white man. yeah, Charleston say yeah. So, but T.I. has victims. Lil Boosie got a lot of victims. He murdered a lot of people, and he killed a lot of black souls. As of July 2020, Lil Boosie Hitman appeal was denied. That kid is gonna die in prison. A 16-year-old kid.
And see, this is the reason why if Charleston White says something light about you, as a rapper, you should not respond. Because he's been holding this shit on Lil Boosie for the longest. He's been wanting to drop this motherfucking anvil on the coyote's head for the longest time. So as soon as Boosie's son responded, you can see he unleashed the hounds on Boosie because Boosie did have a hitman, he did have a killer, and was in prison, and little boy did decide not to testify against Boosie because Boosie was finished. He was supposed to serve life in prison for ordering hits, but the little boy decided not to testify.
Not an 18-year-old man, but a 16-year-old kid is gonna die in prison because he was a serial killer for Boosie. He killed over 5 people for Lil Boosie. His name is Marlo White.
And that's 5 people that you know about. There's always, listen to me, anytime you get a person who commit crimes, it can be murder, it can be robbery, it can be jacking, it can be drug, whatever it is. When they get caught and go to jail, they don't get caught for all the crimes they did. They just get caught for the certain crime that they got caught for. It'd be 100 other crimes that they've been and got away with.
Initially he confessed and told the prosecutors as well as the police that Boosie paid him to kill these people. He was a kid, homie, arrested at 16 years old for 5 murders.
Wow.
This is documented. He was arrested for 5 murders at 16 years old. A stone cold serial killer for Boosie. Boosie used to talk about him in the songs. He used to say Marlo Mike is in the back itching for a body.
And if you Boosie, you don't want this shit brought back up. Boosie's been on the internet talking about Dwayne Wade's son. Even though I was in agreement with him, now this type of shit comes back to you when you get to criticizing people and talking shit on the internet. If all your ducks behind you ain't in a row, you better have all your ducks lined up in a row. If that shit is scattered or your foundation is like quicksand, it's weak, you ain't built on nothing, as soon as somebody come, you say some shit and they really want to attack you, your ass is grass.
His 16-year-old kid, but he started killing when he was 14. He started killing for Lil Boosie when he was 14 years old. Within 2 years, he had killed over 5 people. He had a tattoo on his chest that says, Boosie, who next? It's a kid.
And you know, that's a dead giveaway. Boosie said in the song, and then the little boy had Boosie, who next, tattooed on him. He goes to jail for 5 murders. Boosie was in jail for the same 5 murders. Look, Boosie, T.I., you niggas ain't on a foundation of being a great person. You guys really not. To try to go back and forth with this nigga, it's a lost cause. You're not gonna beat him. He's unbeatable for a rap nigga.
This is a kid. This is a kid. Do a documentary on it. You know, he had a tattoo and he killed.
That nigga said do a documentary on it. If you Boosie, that's what you don't want. See, as soon as this shit happened, he should have told his son, shut the fuck up, leave this nigga alone. And then he should have called Charleston White. Hey, brother, I don't have no problem with you. I checked my son. I told that nigga shut the fuck up, leave that shit alone. Hey, man, my bad. I'm trying to move on. Boosie got a lot of money. He's living a fantastic life. He beat a lot of odds.
So many
Boosie beat a lot of odds, y'all.
people for Boosie. He got Boosie, who next, on his body. And he's gonna rot in prison. He's gonna rot in prison for being Boosie's killer. His mother will never be able to hug him outside of prison gates. He'll be buried in Angola. He'll never leave Angola.
And Angola is a prison in Louisiana.
But they want to counsel.
For those of y'all who don't know, but most people do know.
But they want to counsel him. And we celebrate this killer Boosie. We love him. And we know he was on trial for 5 murders. And not once have he ever apologized publicly to the victims. He came back to us like he ain't never killed no black people. But he hollered, he'll spit on the white nurse. Well, spit on us, Boosie, don't kill us. When you was out there cussing them white people out, on them handcuffs, talking about you a spit on these white people, well, Boosie, spit on us, don't kill us. Spit on us, Boosie. We'd much rather you spit on us than kill us. Do us like you do them white folks. Perform for free for us, Boosie. You perform for free on side of the road for them police in handcuffs. Do that for us, Boosie. Can you do that just one time for the people? See how I do these niggas? That's why they can't have talking. My delivery is too raw for a rapper. He got to go right and find him a beat, find him a melody. I just need a subject to start talking. And I'm gonna rock the crowd. Sure. Just give me a subject. We can talk about puzzles, crossword puzzles. I'm gonna rock the crowd. Okay. We can talk about tying our shoes. I'm gonna rock the crowd. Yeah, just give me a subject to talk about. I don't need no beat. I don't need no pen and paper. I don't need no studio. I don't need no microphone. I don't need no booth. I don't need no production. Just give me your ears. Yeah, just give me your ears and I got you. Shout out to you.
Hey, y'all. Like I said before, if you don't know who this guy is, like, you have to be living under a rock at this point. But, you know, some people, they don't keep up with everybody, so I wouldn't say that. But this nigga's hard to beat for these rap niggas. He's anti-gang, he's pro-police, he'll tell on you, and then he'll break you down and destroy you verbally. It's like getting a verbal ass kicking from an uncle. And you 15 and you think you know something, but you don't know a motherfucking thing. A lot of these rappers have young minds. Even though they be older, they young in the mind. So when he get to talking, this nigga talking like a granddaddy on some real shit, some real nigga shit. And he hitting niggas left and right. And he's hitting you with the truth that you can't beat. Your ass is in trouble, man. This man can get up 5 days a week and put on a 2-hour comedy show. When I tell you this man is on the level of a Richard Pryor, you might say, hell no. Nigga, them niggas have comedy skits wrote out. They have their whole shit wrote out and they go around the country performing the same show. This nigga's doing this shit every day. That's a whole different skill set. That's why he's risen to the top so fucking fast. It's not just because he was planted here. Maybe he was, but it's a lot of people who planted here and they ain't got shit. They ain't got the gift of gab. They don't have the gift of communication, of comedic timing. His comedic timing is impeccable. Yeah, it's a grade A. It's a 10. And like I said, I don't use words lightly. And I want to make this perfectly clear. Charleston White is not perfect and everything he say is not right. But he tells a lot of truths. You take the meat and spit out the bone. But yeah, he's kicking ass on this internet, man. And he's funny as hell. If you haven't checked him out, go to a couple of his videos, man, and check that man out. This man's putting on a show, man. He's destroying these rappers one day at a time. I'm enjoying watching him. It's been fun watching him. Yeah, it really has. But yeah, y'all, appreciate you guys tuning in. Man, I made a video in a while. You know, I want to give a shout out to my wife. She's going through some things medically, man. I love you, baby. I don't want to put out there what it is, but she's going through it. You know, we got some good news today from the doctor. So God bless her. Send your prayers out to my wife, man. I just came off COVID, so we had health issue after health issue. But hers was a whole lot more serious. But, you know, just, you know, send your prayers out to her, y'all. You know, I appreciate you guys tuning in, man. Hit that like. Hit that subscribe. I just took your ass on if Charleston White is here one more year, these rappers are destroyed. Ride. Peace.